If being naked was the norm, what would be the worst job? Who will be the most mourned biggest deal when they die? What's definitely not funny at all? Prank videos on social media. Most are just cringy. Distressing pets for social media clips. Watch till the end. No. Smashing people's faces into cake. That fake laughing wheeze sound on TikTok. Which one are you talking about? Are you talking about the oh no 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 like that? I didn't get the wheeze part right, but you know what I mean. My friend Vanessa, what did she do this time? Movies or shows that you could never get sick of. Shaun of the Dead and Hot Fuzz. Definitely two movies that I have not seen yet. I definitely have them on my list though. The Hunt for Red October. Lord of the Rings Extended Edition. Watch it as a marathon with a couple of friends every year. Also something I have not seen yet. My dad loves it, but just haven't been around to do it yet. Kung Fu Panda. Classic. Trailer Park Boys. Jurassic Park 1993. Whose line is it anyway? That 70s Show. I love this show, and I can't wait to start watching that 90s show. Just gotta find the time. Interstellar, indeed. Lord of the Rings, and of course, The Shawshank Redemption. What makes you instantly question someone's intelligence? Being confidently ignorant. An unwillingness to learn new things. Interest in a pyramid scheme. When they post one of those things on Facebook saying, only a few people will share, or when they comment on one of those clickbait, God has a blessing for you today, say amen posts. Yes, so true. I've never seen a proper intelligent person do either of those things. Arguing without listening. When you prove your point in a discussion and the other person explains that it doesn't even matter because their real point is something that's an offshoot of that subject in a gotcha manner. People who can only argue by raising their voice. Being louder is a valid argument strategy. Talks a lot and never listens. What did your generation have that kids need more of today? Privacy. From the moment they're all born, their pics, good, bad, and embarrassing moments are put on socials. It's insane to me. With the weather, snow days. Yes, online classes are now a thing, but something about nostalgia and waking up and finding out school is canceled because of a snow day. Go out sledding with friends, build snow forts and snowballs, and watching a movie with hot chocolate. Less influence from people they do not know personally. I'd say freedom and independence. Freedom to get hurt, make a dumb decision, learn from it, problem solve on your own, make plans with your buddies. My childhood memories are like adventures. From sunrise to streetlights, the world felt like it was ours. Just completely disconnected and unplugged from the world. Freedom to be silly, goofy, dumb, and cringe without it being broadcast to or injected into us from the internet 24/7. They could use some alone time to be cringe and goofy together without being watched by the entire planet all the time. Unstructured playtime outside with others that are a variety of ages, not under the eyes of an adult. Flashlight tag in the neighborhood. I don't think I ever got to play flashlight tag. Toys that were just toys. Not everything had to be educational. Just let kids play and explore and discover. Let them get bored. Outdoor activities. Hope I'd say. I'm Gen Z, but I see older people being a lot more optimistic. If something fails, then they try something else. A lot of young people are so fed up with life, me included, they can barely function, and they either isolate themselves or indulge in obscene hedonism. What is your best travel tip that most people don't know? Try searching for flights in an air company's original language. I once saved $700 by booking tickets in Peru by using Spanish rather than English. That's crazy. No, wait. Esta loca. I'm taking notes, man. I am taking notes. Let your family back home know you travel itinerary. If you're asking for an opinion, don't ask the opinion of someone who's being paid to provide it. Want to know where the best meal near your hotel is? The cleaner isn't getting a kickback from the nearest steakhouse, but the concierge probably is. Want to know the easiest way to get to the airport? The front desk clerk is going to tell you to hire the hotel preferred transfer, but the barman will probably tell you what train to catch for a 1/20th of the price. 3 things. 1, bring an orange. If someone you're sitting next to smells bad, you can open the orange up as a natural deodorizer. 2, bring a spare pair of socks and change socks after you are settled on your flight, train, etc. Put the sweaty socks away in a plastic bag. Dry socks, after a long day of travel, feel luxurious. 3, stupid and cheerful. A cop stops you in a foreign country? Stupid and cheerful. Never be belligerent. A border guard says your papers aren't in order? Stupid and cheerful. The airline says you are too late to board? Stupid and cheerful. Cheerful always works better than aggressive, and it transcends culture. I knew an elderly couple who literally drove across the whole of Africa, and stupid and cheerful was their advice. It's far harder to punish someone if they simply claim ignorance and are smiling. Roll everything, fold nothing. That's a based one. That's what I do nowadays. The best room in a cheaper hotel is often better than a standard room in a more expensive hotel. When looking for luxury on a budget, don't overlook the cheaper hotels. They often have fantastic suites for what you'd pay for a standard room somewhere pricier. Who you go with is way more important than where you go. When flights get canceled, don't stand in line to talk to an agent. Call the airline. Yeah, I wish I knew this one. When my flight got canceled one time, I stood in line for 2.5 hours. It was horrible. What previously luxurious thing is now considered normal? An indoor toilet. Cold drink and fresh fruit everywhere and always. Salt, sugar, coffee, chocolate, cinnamon. Lots lots of other spices, sanitary napkins, purple clothes, flat screen TV, readily available food and water. Teachers of Reddit, what is the scariest thing you've ever seen a student do? Had a student tear up a bunch of kids' artwork, jump on a table, throw said artwork at their faces, all while shouting, "I'm the best, I'm the nicest, I'm the greatest," and laughing. Should have got him to start playing League of Legends. He would fit right in there. I was teaching grade 4 and had announced my pregnancy to the class when I was about 4 months. Everyone was so excited. One little guy, however, made it his mission to try and hurt my baby. On several occasions, he kicked a soccer ball at my bump, would try and trip me, and one time he even said, "Let's meet this baby," while opening and closing scissors. There was some other contributing factors, but I ended up taking leave early due to anxiety over this. So weird. When I returned the next year, he had moved to a different school. It's gotta be his parents' fault. I gotta know what his parents are like. That's not normal. I'm studying to be a teacher currently, and on one of my 3-week placements in a school, a 3rd grader had a notebook full from front to back with only the words, "Stop bad, don't dirt, sad," repeated over and over and over. Look into my eyes without blinking for a long while, then saying in the creepiest 1st grade voice I've ever heard, "The devil made me do it." Complete lack of emotion. He just injured another student. Frankie, I hope you grew up okay. Little 7-year-old with behavioral problems that I had passed on concerns about several times. Threw his slate chalkboard across the room, and luckily just the flat of it smacked a little girl in the face. The next class, he punched me in the balls, and I sat down for 10 minutes, calmly collected my things, and walked out. In the balls? Oh my god. Holy crap. My sister is a teacher, and a student wrote her a note about how nice her feet were and how much he wanted to touch them. This kid was 8. That's disgusting. I'm gonna throw up. When I was teaching, I once saw a student do math in pen. Well, I sure hope you held them back. Good lord. When I was a student, I found a ruler that had carved into it, "Mrs. XXXX is a bitch," with my name. I taught math to high school kids. I never mentioned it to class, but used the ruler for the rest of the term. I still have that ruler somewhere. This happened in the early 90s. I work with children under 6. The creepiest thing was watching a 2-year-old in the nursery practicing her crying faces in the mirror, with interchanging completely emotionless expressions in between. That's a psychopath in the making, for real, Jesus Christ. A genie offered you only one wish, but it will be granted for every people on Earth. What do you wish for? Good mental and physical health. That's based. I love that. Random superpower. Wait to see the craziness. That's also cool. I would like that, unless I got a bad one. That we can live happy, meaningful lives. A safe home. To speak every language that's ever existed. I would wish for empathy. If everyone were more empathetic, the world would be a better place. The desire to mail $100 to my home address. Hey, that's genius. I wish to shit my pants at this exact moment. What happens when 7 billion people shit in your pants at this exact moment? That's too much. You drown of poop. That everyone have someone that loves them. Reddit, what is the weird thing you do when you are totally alone that you would never tell anyone? I talk like I'm a celebrity on a podcast and tell my life story. I reach out and try for the 36,375th time to activate my latent telekinetic powers. I can levitate birds, but no one cares. I can make women disappear. Yeah, username checks out. I frickin' love I imagine scenarios that could happen, realistic scene plays in my head, like movies when I'm doing mundane tasks. If I'm alone sometimes, I say one sentence here or there out loud, but if someone overheard, they'd just see me cooking dinner in silence and then creepily whispering, "Sounds like you've never had one of my salads, Mark." Your boyfriend would probably be like, "Honey, who's Mark?" Pick hard boogers out of my nose to breathe easier. Sometimes when I'm in the shower, I'll cross my arms and collect as much water as possible, then drop it all on the floor. We all do that, for sure. I have legit conversations with myself. Practice my death metal screams. Sometimes I spend time learning the choreography for music videos. I have no talent for dancing, 2 left feet as the saying goes. I'm sure it looks terrible. I just like being able to get some exercise without it feeling like a chore. I light a candle, coat my fingers in the wax, wait for it to cool down and harden, and then give myself tummy tickles. Okay? Sure. Would it really be never telling anyone if we telling it here on Reddit though? You got us there. I play some of my favorite music on my headphones at max volume and create a whole world based on the context of the song. It's so strong I sometimes forget I'm in real life and just keep the flow going until I hit something. I put peanut butter on a flour tortilla and eat it. Don't rock it till you try it. It's a really good snack, high carb, but pretty good. Aliens are here. They ask for the best song we have or we die. What song are you giving them? Dies under the pressure of selecting the best song. Under pressure. Except 20 seconds in, you realize it's actually Ice Ice Baby. You've been bamboozled, the aliens are not happy, and blow you away. Frick it. I'm rickrolling those green bastards. Tribute by Tenacious D. That's not the greatest song in the world, that's just a tribute. What is Love by Hadaway. Kyle's mom is a stupid in E minor. Well, Cow's mom, the biggest in the whole wide world. I see it on my TikTok a lot. South Park TikTok is in now. Everybody wants to rule the world. Of course, the Tears for Fears version, not any other version, because that's the best one. I'm playing them one of my songs. Gotta plug my stuff before humanity's wiped out. Louis Armstrong, What a Wonderful World. Let's just hope the aliens agree. CBAT. If it doesn't sound right for most humans, maybe the aliens are into it. The Wii Shop theme. It's the end of the world as we know it, and I feel fine. What is one movie that you wish you could watch again for the first time? The Edge of Tomorrow. Stardust. If you don't know, you'll never know. The Matrix and Reservoir Dogs. The prompt asked for one, you picked two. So, you suck. Alien. The Sixth Sense. I audibly gasped in the theater. All the clues are obvious on rewatch, but that first time before anyone knew M. Night Shyamalan was a twist guy? Wow. The Gladiator. Spirited Away. I was blown away by how beautiful and bonkers it is. Back to the Future. I think you guys know my opinion on the Back to the Future franchise by now. I'm sure I've said it in at least 10 or 12 videos. I don't like it. Whiplash. My mind is still blown to this day. What are your views on Prince Harry? I could not care less about him. I prefer the one that's a wizard. You're a Prince Harry. I'm a what? Not the worst second son royal in history, but the bar was pretty freaking low. You would need to hire Indiana Jones to find the I don't give about this guy, and I live in the UK. He's a guy who's a prince in the UK and makes Netflix documentaries, married to Meghan Markle, actually extent of my knowledge. As someone said in another thread on the subject, everything I've learned about this guy has been against my will. Everything I've learned about this guy is that he's against his will. Hey, good one. Thought him stepping away from royal life was fair enough. Telling his side of the story was fair enough. But now I think he's milking it for all it's worth, and I'm bored as frick about him now. What fun things can we get free on the computer? Before I get to these posts, the correct answer is 3D Pinball Space Cadet on the Microsoft Store. The one that came with Windows XP. It's free. It's on the Microsoft Store. Download it. Archive.org. It has a ton of free digital information stored, but I mostly use it for its live music archive, which is an infinite amount of live music from bands that allow sharing, more than you expect. Also, the Wayback Machine is cool and useful at times, where it is a snapshot of just about any website from random points in history. There's that awesome dinosaur game when you don't have internet. Chrome://dino. You're welcome. Danke. Blender. Many vintage games that are abandonware now, or modern remakes of them that are freeware sometimes. OpenTTD comes to mind. A little bit of everything, all of the time. Itch.io has a bunch of really cool free games. Guitar tabs and chords. You can find a decent tab for 99% of music out there. I like to just search the song name followed by chords or tabs, and I can always almost find a songster or ultimate guitar on YouTube video that gives me exactly what I need. Almost everything digital can be obtained free if you're willing. How do I get a hold of some of that free digital money? Hey, he said almost. Calm down. A 3DS emulator. I have one. It's great. Canva. You get more access to stuff if you're a member on the free trial, but basically functionality and graphics for all things, including ability to download, is free. Had to do a talking presentation for an assignment and was able to do on free access. Two strangers arguing over something petty about 3 years ago. What is the worst thing you ever ate? My roommate's nails. He had clipped them and put them into my Coke can that he thought I was done with. Oh no, please don't be worse than that. Was at a backyard concert. There was a bowl of Jawbreakers. Grabbed one, chomped down. Realized they were smoke bombs. Terrible, vile, spit and hacked, and nearly threw up. A stink bug crawled into my straw and I took a sip. Stink bug in the mouth. Ah! It took forever to get that taste out of my mouth. I don't even want to imagine that. I attended a wild game feed/sports banquet, Wisconsin in the US, for those curious. The usual staples were served elk, fish, bear, etc. Someone decided to braise a coyote. I tried a small bite and it was so forking gamey. Just awful meat. I don't think there is cooking method known to mankind that can make it palatable. Could taste it for days after. Cured shark meat in Iceland. It's so nasty, they give you a shot of vodka to wash it down. My marine biology teacher once convinced me into drinking whale milk. Never again. One time, I thought my cat's food looked good. It was not good. Some vanilla milk expired by 3 months. It was half solid, so I guess it counts as eating. It has become a vanilla cheese. When I was 14 or 15, I went to the fridge for some leftover pizza, grabbed a slice and took a big bite. It tasted a little funky, and when I looked at it, it was full of ants. Oh! I'm okay. Parents must have left it out overnight and the ants got into it. It was black inside. I used to keep a glass of water next to my bed. One night, it seemed unusually bitty. It was full of ants. Still not as bad as the time I thought it was a bit weird. As I sipped in the middle of the night. Only to wake up in the next morning to see a drowned cockroach. Guys, you gotta stop giving me these prompts. I'm gonna throw up. I can't, I did multiple takes. I can't get through these without gagging. My mom got a recipe for baked cauliflower that had some kind of lentil-y sauce with it. It was gray when it came out. We still talk about how terrible it was. Oh, it's over. Thank God. Oh, my eyes are watering. I didn't throw up, but I was damn close. What do you do when you have no money left? Cry. DoorDash, Grubhub to cover the gap isn't a bad idea, but do you have any kind of support system? I know no one likes mooching off their friends, and sometimes if you've already done it in the past, you can't. But now is the time to mooch. It's a lot harder to get a job if you wind up unhoused. Spend the $20 wisely. Peanut butter and ramen, beans and rice. Do not scorn the crap jobs. Flipping burgers, bussing tables, small businesses with help wanted signs can start you right away. Go to bed for dinner. Feet pics. Not a bad idea, guys. Consider it. I declare bankruptcy! That's not how declaring bankruptcy works, Michael. You can't just yell it. Reset your account. My advice, go sit down with your parents and work out so that you aren't on the street. I've been on the streets and I promise you that no matter how bad your parents are, the streets are almost always worse. Gig stuff, DoorDash, Shipped, online teaching, OutSchool or VipKid, donate plasma, sell stuff, check out local services, food banks, churches, etc. What are some things you should have in your household before you need them? A fire extinguisher, first aid supplies, plungers, a can opener, toilet paper. Learned that the hard way. Seems like you have an interesting story to tell. Please don't. This question was inspired by my current situation. Random excruciating heartburn and no antacids in the house. A toolbox with at least the basics. Tampons. What actress has gotten hotter with age? Linda Cardellini, Rachel Weisz, Kate Beckinsale, but of course she was already gorgeous and still is. Salma Hayek, she ages like space wine. Jennifer Connelly, Kristen Bell, forgetting Sarah Marshall, The Good Place. Lucy Liu, pretty sure she doesn't age at all. Emma Thompson, always Natalie Portman. Sofia Vergara, Paul Rudd. Paul Rudd is a great actress. You're damn right. What's something you're morally opposed to but still take part in? Shopping at large companies like Amazon instead of small local businesses. Skin whitening. Filipino here, the difference between being treated as a dark-skinned Filipino versus light skin here in my country is astronomical. I don't have the fortitude to walk around everywhere being dark because I've experienced what that's like. It's not pleasant. I wish things were different. I use a cell phone that was likely manufactured in less than ideal circumstances, made of components that were likely mined in even worse circumstances. Buying meat that comes from factory farms. I absolutely hate how animals are treated on those factory farms, and pretty much all meat at the grocery store comes from these places. But I'm just not wealthy enough to be able to afford meat from my local farmer's market, at least not right now. I hate that some people in Asia work in sweatshops and are paid a few dollars a week while they churn out the clothes we sell in our stores. I buy those clothes because I can't afford anything more expensive. Buying Nestle products. I avoid them as much as possible, but sometimes one of their brands will have exactly what I need. Fast fashion. I think the American healthcare system is completely immoral, but I work in it. 40-hour work weeks. Please free me. What was once highly respected but is now a complete joke. McAfee Antivirus. The History Channel. The Learning Channel. MTV. Sears. The Food Pyramid. How dare you? I am enjoying 6 to 11 servings of bread every day, thank you very much. 11 cups of rice and 5 glasses of milk a day. Bank managers. They used to have serious power in local communities. Now they have to be glorified customer service reps a lot of the time. People are going to reflexively deny its initial popularity, but Facebook. It even used its exclusivity as its primary marketing tool during its initial launch only for colleges. Craftsman tools. BlackBerry. RIM. Landline telephones. The house phone used to be a vital link to the outside world. It's how you talk to friends and family far away, interact with businesses, call for help in an emergency, etc. But once junk calls were allowed to completely spiral out of control, the phone became a nuisance. As someone I saw said a while back, a Gen Z person would sooner jump on a live grenade than accept an incoming call from an unknown number. And that's in the context of mobile phones, which don't get nearly as much spam. Wired phones are almost completely useless today. Hobbies. I'm a hobbyist musician and will never try to make money off of my music. I simply enjoy creating it with zero expectations. Hustle culture ruined a lot of that because now every time I share my music with people, it turns into a conversation about monetizing or how I'm wasting my time on something. It's hard to even find like-minded people who want to collaborate without it turning into something big. Time enjoyed is not time wasted. Doc Martens boots. A British institution. You bought a pair, they lasted for years. Alas, private equity got involved. Manufacturing was sent offshore and the quality went down like a submarine. You were better off buying a pair of boots from the company that used to make them for DM than a genuine pair of DMs nowadays. Their quality is a shadow of what it once was. Who used to make them for Doc Martens? My husband needs new boots. Solo there. Non-American people, what's a thing that you don't understand about America? Does every worker have to file their own taxes, or am I just confused? You're not confused, it's a pain in the ass. It is a pain in the ass. I hate it. So why do you buy politicians' merchandise? Shirts, caps, banners, stickers, etc. They're public servants, not rock stars. Also, usually the more boring they are, the better. The US prefers the entertaining psychopaths. Yeah, that's why we elected Trump in 2016. Disgusting. What is up with homeowners associations? Why would you pay to let a nosy neighbor dictate what you can and cannot do on your own property? I understand living in an apartment block and paying maintenance fees, but in a suburban home? How can you say the word mirror without the use of any vowels? Mirror. Nobody says says murr. Murr. Nobody says that. How you have to share a room with some complete rando when you go to college? Why they make you calculate your own taxes if they know what you owe? Because companies like TurboTax and H&R Block use the profits they make from charging us to file our taxes to lobby politicians into making policies which prevent the government from just telling us how much we owe, even though the government knows exactly how much we owe, so that we need to pay companies like TurboTax and H&R Block to file our taxes. It sucks! I hate it! The culture of just talking to people, strangers you don't know, and just up and start a conversation with them or join a conversation. I'm British, and we and we go through great lengths not to talk to people, let alone opening up and pouring our hearts out to a random person. The tipping culture is so foreign to me. I would be so scared to make a mistake or not tipping enough if I ever go to America, because it's not something which is common here in Denmark. Why is that one Kansas, but the other one is not Arkansas? America, explain! What do you mean, Arkansas? Because we used to speak French Creole in that region. I don't know if that's true, but that's my best guess. I looked it up and I was correct. Arkansas is the French pronunciation of a Native American tribe. Why do public restrooms include a small opening between the doors that allow passerbys to see you when you're taking a piss? I don't know, but I wish it would go away, because I've been taking dumps in public restrooms and somebody will, look in and I'll make eye contact with them with my pants down. Who will be the most mourned biggest deal when they die? Biggest deal right now would probably be Putin, not because he's loved, but, the whole war thing. Same goes for Zelensky, of course. I think most of the world would hold their breath for a minute if one of them died suddenly. Your mom. Seriously, my mom isn't getting any younger, and it makes me sad. Julie Andrews, Stevie Wonder, James Earl Jones, Samuel L. Jackson, Spielberg. People will mourn without even knowing they're mourning. Morgan Freeman. If being naked was the norm, what would be the worst job? Being a tailor would be kind of dumb. Any job in a steel mill. Stripper. Great. That's awesome. Fashion designer or whoever makes clothes. Department store Santa Claus. Dude, don't even go there, man. I'd feel for servers or table cleaners at restaurants. That'd be a new thing. Wiping down seats. Naked. You'd have all types of people sitting naked on these chairs, and you have to clean them to a point that the next customers can comfortably sit. What are they cleaning? Hourly? Just nasty to me. All things secreting. Teacher, especially a preschool teacher. Imagine cleaning the room after class every day. No, thank you. Hey, that's it for today's video, everybody. Thank you so much, and have a wonderful rest of your day. Bye-bye.